Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November, back for a late night special. This is Ham Radio Live. I want you to please hit that subscribe button if you would. You're not going to see any ads here. In fact, when you saw this on replay start up, did you notice you didn't see some ad for some company you don't care about? You won't see any more of them either because I don't monetize here. So please, if you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so people can find us here on YouTube. It'll help people who have an interest in ham radio to find the channel. Welcome to the show. Hello. It has bothered me so long that we had this show today featuring the loop antenna, right? And just not working right. It's bugged me all day that video did not come out the way I wanted it to. You know, I cut all these shows live. Most people know that. Some people may not. If you're new to the channel, you may not know that. I cut the shows live for a reason. It's a way to allow other people who are from outside either our country here in the United States or folks who have an interest in ham radio to ask questions during the show. The show is here to help people get on the air. So what I'd like to do here is give you a really good example of ham radio using an RX loop antenna. We're going to use it here on the radio that's to my right and behind me a little bit. It is the Yaesu FTDX 5000. I'm going to get you a little better view of this because right now it's kind of a little high, and I apologize. That was set for an earlier shot. Now, we're on 80 meters. We get good propagation tonight to show you what I'm trying to talk to you about this evening, about how a loop will help you, okay, in terms of to bring down the noise floor and help you with receive, okay? So that's going to be job one, okay? Now, unfortunately, this is also going to be a show that's going to talk about the unfortunate side of ham radio. Yeah. You've all heard it on 75 and 80. Well, here it is. We're just going to show just a little bit of it, and we're going to move on. Thanks for the thumbs up in the middle of the night. What is it? Like 1:10 in the morning? That's awesome. Thank you. You honor me. Thanks, you guys. I just couldn't sleep. It bugged me that show didn't turn out right today. You can't control how long people talk and how well propagation is. You know, doing this as long as I've had to do it, that I've enjoyed doing it, I know how well these work, and to have it not do as well as I'd hope just really bothered me. And you have my apologies for that. I do want to make sure to drive this point home, however. If you decide to put a transmit antenna, like a loop antenna, like we talked about earlier, in your home, put it as far away from your operating position as you can, okay? Another room, the other side of the house. If you can do in the attic, even better. Just don't put it next to your radio like I did. That was just an easy demonstration to show you the loop moving, the directionality of the antenna, and all those things. It was not meant to be showing you how to transmit with it. I want to make sure that's clear, okay? RF exposure is an issue. And if you have a transmit loop, no matter where it is in your house, and you or someone else in your home has a pacemaker, don't even do it. It's not worth someone's life, okay? Let's take a look on 80. We'll listen to some unfortunate ham stuff. Yep, we've all heard 80 catastrophe. Here it is. Okay, so we're on the RX loop now. We're going to move you over to, and I apologize up front because it's going to happen with some language possibly here, because this is ham wars we're dealing with. We've all heard it. If we've been in this hobby for any period of time at all, we've all heard this, and we all shake our heads at it, and we all do not support this. Please understand that. It's just that some hams just don't know how to turn the radio off. If you ever get involved in one of these situations, turn your radio off, or better yet, keep on the radio, just change frequencies. It's not worth doing this, okay? Let's move you to the S meter. We'll go over what the RX loop is doing compared to the quarter wave vertical outside. This is a much better time to make this example, okay? So thank you for your forgiveness and understanding for the earlier show. Gosh, no one wanted it to work better than I did. Hang on. Okay, so here's the RX loop. This is the Wellbrook loop. Now, it's only about 2 meters up, only 2 meters high. Let's move to the vertical antenna. It's a quarter wave at 30 feet. Watch the S meter. See that go up? Now we've got competing signals here. Okay. Now if we put the RX loop back in, watch the S meter. It's going to drop. See that? But what you hear as well is less noise in the signal. I know it's hard to hear with this mic to the radio. So let me try and get a little closer to the speakers. And we're going to change frequencies here in a moment, but just hang in there. There's the vertical. And this is Callum McCormick's DX Commander all band vertical. So it's an all UK antenna show. A Wellbrook loop and the DX Commander all band vertical, both from the UK. How cool is that? All right, yeah. So there you go. Okay, so let's quickly tune this VFO because I want kids to be able to watch this channel. Okay, so we're going to tune on the loop. Remember before we had a hard time with gain? Okay, not now because the loop's outside. Let's tune on the loop so you can hear what it sounds like to tune on an RX only loop. Okay, there we are. We're at 3903. This is on the RX loop. This is the Wellbrook loop. Let's go off the loop. So off the loop, with the loop. Now there's no rotator on this loop yet. Off the loop, with the loop. Here how the signal noise came up. Off the loop. Now with the loop. Do you see how it can help you bring in QSOs? Because the signal noise comes up. Off the loop again, and we'll change frequencies. Okay, 3940. This is the vertical. Here's the loop. Okay. Let's turn down the preamp. So we're on the normal setting now for the preamplifier on the FTDX 5000. Again, RX loop on, now off. On. Gain comes up, you see? Let's change frequencies again. Okay, this is off the loop. Now watch the gain come up with the loop. off. Really hear the birdie too, hear carrier there. Let's move away. Okay, that's vertical. Here's loop. There's no preamp. Without the loop. With the loop. Okay, loop off. And now again to the loop. Bring in your preamp. And you actually have the ability with headphones, you'll pick that up. Okay, without the loop. With it. One more set without. See the noise go down? With it. Signal comes up. That's the beauty of using a receive loop antenna. That's the reason why you do it. The main reason why it's important to use either a long beverage. Long beverages are great receive antennas. The problem is you need a lot of land for them because they need to be long, okay? So you need land and straight, okay? And high. You want to get them long, high, and straight. That's good. That makes them work really well. A lot of people don't have that kind of property. So a loop is really the only way they can go, okay? Now it's optimal to get these onto a rotator so you can tune them, so you can try and fine tune the best signal to noise ratio for your receiver. Once you get that, you're solid, okay? The radio signals come in better. And I've got to be really honest, okay? I was so disappointed in how the last show came out that I was just ready to toss that in. I mean, I truly was. I went outside. Okay, and it's literally this after midnight. Okay, I just yanked this out of my head. So just a second. You'll always get my honest thing, guys. You will. You'll always get my honesty, okay? I literally was ready to go completely off and tell you, you know what? I made a mistake. Completely a mistake on you. And now my headphones are trying to go Bluetooth. So I can't hear what I'm saying. This is great. This is brilliant. Okay. All right. Neato. Okay. There we are. So I was literally outside. It's after midnight. I've got the tripod. I've got the Wellbrook. I've got it up, right? And it didn't bring the gain up. My signal to noise didn't increase. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? You've got to be honest. You just got to tell them it's not working. It doesn't work right. It's not working. Perhaps you were wrong. And you know what? I'm cool with admitting that. I don't know everything. No one does. So I'm okay with admitting that. I was thinking, well, you know, the shortwave receivers that I've listened to for almost 50 years just weren't as good as these radios. These are high performance radios. They've got better receivers on them. So they may not need a loop so much, may not be as important. Now, to be fair, I do believe that these ham radio transceivers are much better. No question. They're much higher performance than the SWL receivers I listened to, even the top end Grundigs, okay? The top end Drakes. Yeah, they're better. The best receivers we've ever had are out right now. But I was ready to eat crow in front of all of you and say, you know, guys, it didn't work out. I was wrong. And I'm okay with saying that because I'd rather do that than have one of you go out and spend hundreds of dollars to buy this stuff and have it not work for you. That I couldn't live with that. So I got everything, and it's like 30 degrees out. Okay, cold, clear night, 30 degrees, little breeze, so it's cold, you know. And I go out, I get the tripod, got the loop up, and it didn't work. And I'm like, darn it. So I'm going outside in the cold to get everything picked up, put back in, get it all, back in the ham shack here. And I went to put the tripod away and the loop behind me, and I looked, and I hadn't plugged the amplifier in for the loop. And I said, oh no. So the roll of BNC coax goes right back out the window, because I can't give up now. I'm invested in this. Put the tripod back up, put the Wellbrook back on the tripod, get everything all back hooked up, come back upstairs and go to work and see. And it's just fine. Signal to noise will increase. It will improve on the loop, okay? It's going to help you hear better. So if you've got noise issues, okay, now this is not going to cure RFI. It won't. It can never cure RFI. So it's important to understand mag loops don't work also on the E field, okay? The electromagnetic field of our radio waves, they have two properties, remember. A mag loop only works on the magnetic side. That's all it works on. So electrical interference is not going to affect them, okay? So you're not going to have to worry about that. These can also be placed close to the ground. It's not a problem. This is only 2 meters off the ground, if that. So it's bringing up the signal to noise ratio at only 2 meters up. Tomorrow, when we do, or I guess it's later today now, when we do CQ calling, okay, it's going to be at 1 meter. I want to see how it does, okay? Again, we're only dealing with the magnetic field, okay? Even though that height is lower, I'm going to get a lower noise floor there. I'd like to see how it works. We are a group of people who love to experiment, right? So that's how it works. You'll get a better signal to noise ratio, easier to hear, and you'll avoid a lot of electrical interference because these don't pick that up. They pick up the magnetic side, okay? I'd like to thank you for watching. I want to apologize to everyone who watched Ham Radio Live 124 because it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. I can't even watch it. I'd like to take it down, but there's some great people who came from all over the world, and I don't want that ever to happen. But I would rather be honest with you and tell you that I didn't like the way the video turned out because it didn't give the performance that this one did, okay? We're going to end with WWV, okay? It's something that was suggested, I think it was by Eric during the show. Hi, Fred. Hey, Fred. Good evening. Good morning, buddy. Yeah. Struggled with sleeping after the way that show turned out. It bothered me because I wanted to produce the best I can for you. And there was so much work that went into the last show. Literally, I mean, this is no lie. Getting everything rearranged in here, cameras, antenna, all that stuff, getting it all done because I had to take the antenna off the mast in my garage, get everything all reworked, redo it all up here and everything. I was wringing wet by the time it was done. Needed to go take a walk. Well, okay. There was a lot of work. And then to have it not be to the expectation I had for the show really stunk. I'm so sorry. I really am. That's something I can't control. Propagation and how long people talk. And in this case, it just didn't work out so well. However, this one did. Okay. So you get the idea of how valuable a loop receive antenna is for you because it will help to bring up your signal to noise ratio. All right, let's take a look at WWV real quick before we close the show, okay? But you're back on the S meter, turn them up, let's see how it sounds. Again, we're going to compare this to the Callum McCormick DX Commander all-band vertical using the Welbrook ALA 1530 LN receive-only loop. It's hooked up to a Yaesu FTDX 5000. This is the MP limited model, and it's 200-watt radio. It's a great radio. By the way, little news here to tell you. Spoke with the folks at Elecraft yesterday, and all the parts now are in for my K4D. They're in. All right. Now they've got to assemble it. Okay, it's going to take some time to get everything all worked on those boards and make it work right. Testing, calibration, all that stuff. So I was told by the people at Elecraft yesterday, probably going to be about mid to late February, which I can understand. Coronavirus restrictions have really slowed down factories. So K4D will be coming here in about 3 to 4 weeks. Very excited. We'll share it, have some fun together. I'm really excited to do that with you. I truly am. And it's not to brag about it. It's really not. It's just to share it together and enjoy it together. Okay, let's look at WWV. Let's take a look at the loop versus Callum's all band vertical in this UK antenna show. Okay, this is on the loop. Get you the S meter. Turn off the amp. Okay. And that's the voice of Jane Barbie, the old time lady. You used to call the time, remember? Okay, that's her. And here it is on the vertical. Let's listen on the loop. Off the loop. Sorry, that's on the loop. Okay, on the loop. Now off the loop. On the loop. Off. On. See, the signal noise ratio is better. Now off. Back on. We're going to listen for WWVH and Jane Barbie's voice here. And we'll flip antennas. Here she is. Without the loop. With the loop. Okay. Without the loop. And with it. All right. So you see the S meter and you get an idea. Okay. Signal to noise ratio. Sorry. Wrong button. Signal to noise ratio is a big difference with loops. And it takes a while to get to know them. Okay. On a rotator, you can help to make them work better for you for S to N. So signal to noise. If you are at about 20 meters and lower in frequency. Once you get above 20, they're really not so directional anymore. They tend to be just helpful with bringing a better signal noise ratio in than a, quarter wave vertical or a dipole. Now, this is not going to be as good as a directional antenna. Directional antenna is still the very best there is, okay? They're also more costly, okay? But if you have a radio that's got an RX input for your antenna, you've got a way to plug it into it. Certainly take advantage of it because it's there for a reason and it will help your radio. It will help you hear better. And keep in mind, we're hearing the audio from a microphone coming out of a speaker, okay? When it's in your headphones, it always sounds better. And when I don't hit the pop filter, it always works better. Sorry, guys. All right. Now I'll sleep better. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Ham Radio Live is not sponsored by anybody, and we don't put ads here. All we ask is that you please hit the subscribe button. This show is really my love to do. It is. I love to do it because I love to help people get on the radio. I do. I'd love to help people get licensed here. It's really important to me. That's why I don't monetize. You hitting the subscribe button is helpful to me because it will allow more people who might type in ham radio license or ham radio search on that YouTube search bar to find the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow for CQ Calling, which will be at 1900 Zulu, which is Saturday. So I guess later on today, my name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Thanks for honoring me with your presence by coming. God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody.